Okay, I put this off long enough. It's time for the show. Hey kids, gather around, it's time for the show. You know me, kids. I'm Uncle fucking Goblin Killing Sorcerer Clown. I'm Uncle Guy, Uncle Dude, and today on this week's episode of this fun-filled Adventuratorium show, I wanted to talk to you kids about there's a new trailer. There's a trailer for a new Batman movie that's coming out. It's late August in the year 2020, and they just released a trailer for a new movie called The Batman. And you kids know me. Oh man, I'm a big, I don't know if I'm a Batman fan. I'm a Batman aficionado. I am a person who is familiar with Batman and his activities, and I have different feelings and impressions about various Batman stories that have been written and drawn by various people, and the movies often just fucking suck. So, I wanted to take a look at this new trailer and then share with you my thoughts about it, and I watched it, and I'm like, yeah, that's Batman, all right. That's a dude standing there. The new armor, the new Bat costume. That's always what it comes down to. Is how does the Bat costume look? And it looks kind of weird. I don't know, man. It looks like body armor, which I guess it always gets a little like realistically it should be body armor. What else do you want it to look like? Well, I don't want him to look like a literal Dark Knight. I don't want it to look like galvanized steel, like you can see the metal sheening off of it. I think I don't know. You want it to look sort of like leathery is the way I imagine it looking, and like sort of with high tech. I was talking about this in my other superhero thing about the problem is with the Batman suit is that I always hate to use this term, but in the real world, the real Batman's costume inside the Batman comic books, that suit probably costs $150 million. It probably costs more than the budget of this entire Batman movie just for Bruce Wayne to have a really fucking well outfitted Batsuit to fight crime in. And because what's the point of being a rich fucking billionaire if you're not going to put all your fucking money into that sort of shit? Is he a billionaire? He is a billionaire now. I even want to talk about that shit about fucking Bruce. I'm a rich guy. I wonder how this fucking thing's gonna handle that. The other thing is they put this fucking song on it, man. They put this fucking Nirvana song. I fucking love Nirvana. I'm a fucking old person. I fucking woo, it fucking smells like a thing and shit like that. But it was a weird choice for this. It almost feels like they wanted 9 Inch Nails so they could go for sort of that, you kids remember the movie Seven? Some of the cinematography in this trailer makes me think of the movie Seven. And here's the thing. I could be entirely wrong about this, but I'm very suspicious that it almost looks like they took my idea seriously. The idea that I've been pitching for years and years. I watched that movie Zodiac by David Fincher, one of my favorite movies of all time. And I look at that movie and I was like, man, the fucking Zodiac killer, man, that's what fucking Batman should fight the Riddler, and he should be like that. And that's what this looks like it is, judging from the little cards, and I could be totally wrong, but it looks like it's a Riddler story. They even when they do the date that the movie comes out, they put the twos, they draw them question marks, and if it's question marks, it's fucking Riddler, man. But crazy killing people Riddler, like the Zodiac killer, or Seven, I'm really on board for that. That's something that that's an idea that I had some time ago. So if they put it in their fucking movie, then I'm like, well, you guys must be pretty smart to think of something that I thought of. Fucking now, I just hope the dialogue isn't terrible. And it always goes back to that weird unreality thing of looking at this dude in a Batman costume standing at a crime scene, investigating shit or whatever, and you're like, what am I supposed to think about this? What would people? I don't know, man. You know me, kids. I don't know if Batman works for me in the real world. It just seems so silly the way he's dressed. There's never a way that I can turn it into a utilitarian, yeah, you know what? That is a logical reason why a person would do this thing. Or I don't know. I mean, I suppose there's always the sort of take that he is like a traumatized, crazy person, and you're seeing a traumatized, crazy person do a thing. But like, then it gets into the like, but would everybody just take that seriously? Would everybody just be of like, yeah, I guess that's, I guess he just fucking like wears this suit and like we treat him like he's a real person and we let him solve crimes, even though he's, and like, why is his face uncovered? Why is his face uncovered? There's a thing where they fucking shoot at him and you see the fucking bullet, it bounces off his armor. It's like, dude, shoot him in the fucking face. Even if you shot him in the fucking forehead, I mean, I'm sure in movie logic way it'll be like, ping, it'll bounce off of it. But like, your odds of hitting him in the eye, let alone the large, giant section of his jaw. Why doesn't he wear armor over top of that? I know it's one of those like, well, he doesn't do it in the books. And I'm the first person to be of like, well, it should look like exactly like the fucking books, but it already doesn't look like the fucking books. So why don't you just fucking cover his mouth and cover his fucking eyes? It's stupid. It's stupid that he leaves so much of this fucking exposed. And if I was a fucking villain, I would get a fucking like a shotgun, but not a shotgun that's shooting a shell, a shotgun that shoots like a scatter, like a cone, and then I would just point it in the direction of his face and like, oh, maybe he'd get his cape up at top, his cape would block it. Well, then I would shoot a second fucking shot when he lowered his arm, which eventually he would have to do. So fucking, it's not a very practical design. So attempting to make it look like a practical design is always kind of frustrating. At the same time, there are elements of this movie that look very enjoyable and fun. I don't know. The scripts for these things have a tendency to be a little... It's like reality written for still like a simplistic child's idea of like, this person does this. This person is a criminal. This person's a cop. Oh, here is a crooked cop. Look at how complex our world is. A person can be two things. And like, I don't know, everybody talks all weird in those movies, like fucking about truth and justice and living long enough to see yourself become a villain or some fucking shit like that. That's how normal people talk. No, it's not. And I know it's a heightened reality thing, but I find that kind of shit just kind of boring. Anyways, this movie, the cinematography, the shots, the way it's lit, I will say this, man, like fucking, you get beat up in fucking Gotham City just for wearing a red t-shirt, apparently. Like fucking every single human being in this thing, whether they're a cop or a criminal, is wearing a flat, muted color. Like, I think there's like one dude in a white shirt, but like, fuck, man, if you wore like a polka dotted shirt or like fucking, hey, check out my cool green jacket, like you'd be get shot in the street by somebody for not fucking holding to the Gotham City dress code. I don't know. Yeah, well, will I see it? Maybe, probably. I'll probably at some point start watching it, and if it's good, I'll keep watching it, and if it's not, I'll turn it off, and then I'll just watch the action scenes on YouTube, because that's the kind of dumb piece of crap I am. So, that's my take on the new trailer for the new Batman movie. I think it looks somewhat interesting. I still don't know if it sells me on the idea that Batman as a character is inherently a cool or a good thing. I'd rather be watching fucking Ghost Rider 2099 live action movie, but apparently I'm not gonna fucking get one of those because everybody wants another Batman movie. No fucking Ghost Rider 2099 movies for me, even though a rated R one would be awfully fucking cool. But no, we just get a fucking rich dude in a stupid cause. Are we done? All right, kids, I'm getting the sign that we're done, so I'm going to close up shop and go home. Thank you so much for listening. Goodbye.
Okay, that's all she wrote.